Okay, hey everybody. Hope you guys are doing okay. I'm gonna do a couple more examples from the pyramid and cone worksheet that's due Friday. I did numbers 1 and number 5 for you in the other one video, I believe. I'm gonna do numbers 3 and number 7 in this video. In hindsight, I don't know why I went in that order, but I did. So number 3 here, guys. Again, I made this one before. If you don't have a printer, you're not able to print this out. It's a little bit hard to draw these pictures. I managed to do it. I don't know how good of the drawing that is. If you don't want to draw the picture, you don't have to. But anyways, that's a pyramid. We actually call that a square pyramid. So we're on number 3 here. It's a square pyramid. You might say, well, wait, square. I see all these triangles. We identify a pyramid by the shape on the bottom. So because its base is a square, we refer to it as a square pyramid. So this is a square pyramid, and you might say, okay, well, again, we're trying to find its volume. Volume is how much space does it take up. And thankfully, for any time there's a pointy top in a solid figure, the formula is always 1/3 times whatever the base is times the height. And when I say height, I mean the distance from the base all the way to the top. It's very convenient that this formula works. Again, in other math, formulas aren't as clean. In geometry, they're pretty clean. So all we're gonna do here is figure this out here, guys. Step 1, we gotta figure out what the base is. Pretty clearly, the base is a square. It's the same size on both sides. I kind of know it's gonna be a square. Area of a square is just base times height. So just looking at the square, you might say, oh, height is 12. No. I'm just looking at the square. Just focus on the square. Its area is just 11 times 11. I'm not worried about this 12 yet. This 12 is going to come into play over there. Right now, I'm still working on the big B here. So the area of that square is 11 times 11. Um, 11 times 11 is 121. And that's what big B is. So at the base of this shape is 121. To figure out the height, we can just kind of eyeball that. That's just the distance from the base all the way to the top of the point. And here, that's actually gonna be our 12. The distance from the bottom all the way to the top. We kind of know that because it's hitting at a right angle, we know it's a straight line. If it didn't hit at a right angle and it was like a curvature or kind of slanted, that wouldn't be the height. Just like if you're standing up and you're not standing up straight, that wouldn't be your height. You got to be standing up straight to calculate your height. We know 12 is the height because of this right angle here. But anyway, so 12 is the height, so I'm just going to put a 12 in for H. And I'm just going to plug in the formula. So 1/3 times 121 times 12. If you're not good at doing this in your head, guys, you can always go in different orders when you multiply. You don't have to just go left to right. 1/3 of 12 is 4. 4 times 121, well, 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And 4 times this one is 4. As an aside, guys, don't ever multiply that again. That was normally you go from the tens digit on. What I did was incorrect, but it worked out. Anyways, volume is 3 dimensions, so this should really be units cubed. And we're done. So again, guys, pointy top here, all the problems on the worksheet. It's got a pointy top. You know, its formula is 1/3 big B H. Step 1, calculate big B. Step 2, just eyeball what H is. Step 3, plug it in the formula. Let's do another example. Again, these answers are online. I would recommend checking these online. This one is probably the trickiest one we've done. This is number 7. I got a message. It's okay. Okay, they're there. Okay, so here, guys, this is number 7. Once again, I made an attempt at drawing this. This is what we refer to as a triangular pyramid. Here, the reason I call it a triangular pyramid is because the base of the shape is a triangle. Okay, so step 1, like we talked in the last example, I gotta calculate what big B is. So I know the overall volume formula is 1/3 big B H. Step 1, I gotta figure out what big B is. And what helps me here, because I'm gonna write down this is a triangle. What helps me is just drawing that triangle separately from the pyramid. It's not required to do this. I kind of usually tell kids to do this, especially kids who aren't able to visualize it very quickly. And I just drew it separately. I'm not going to worry about this because there are a whole bunch of numbers here, a whole bunch of lines. That might be a little bit confusing. I just want to focus on this kind of simpler triangle. We want to find the area of that triangle. We know from before that area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Here you might say, oh, is the base 10? I don't want to use that as the base because if I interpret 10 as the base, I don't really have a way to get the height. What I'd rather do is rotate the triangle like this. I'd rather do like, we can use, it's not quite a 90-degree rotation, some level of rotation to like that. And now this is okay. This shape is okay because it's clearly that its base of the triangle is 6. The height of this triangle is 8. So when trying to find its area, it's 1/2 its base times its height. So 1/2 times 6 times 8. Well, half of 6 is 3, and 3 times 8 is 24. So again, pause here. Pyramid or a cone, we always use 1/3 big BH. Step 1, identify what the base is. The base here is a triangle. I know that the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. The triangle's height base was 6. The triangle's height was 8. Therefore, the triangle's area is 24, and that's what big B is. Now, step 2, we got to figure out what H is. Again, I made this one before. Usually, H is just kind of given to us. Maybe in like a harder problem, you might have to do like Pythagorean theorem or something to figure out what H is here, but usually they just give it to you. Here it's pretty clear that that is a 12, so I just know that H is 12. And now we just plug in the formula. So V equals 1/3 times 24 times 12. Again, if you're not great at doing arithmetic in your head, you can always kind of practice to get better at it. 1/3 of 24 is 8. 24 divided by 3 is 8. 8 times 12, well, 8 times 10 is 80. 8 times 2 is 16. 80 plus 16 is 96. So I'm going to say it's 96 units cubed. I spelled units with an M. That's pretty bad. And we're done. So again, I didn't write down what the unit was. And so that's that. So I did numbers 1, 3, 5, 7 for you. The only formulas you need for this worksheet is this guy right here. And then if you forgot, hopefully you didn't forget, that 1/2 AP formula from the worksheet from before, but you can see the notes on how to do those problems as well. So try your best on this, guys. There is study hall this week, Tuesdays through Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I should say, on Zoom. If you have a question on it, you want to just log in, ask a question, I'll be here. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you guys are doing okay. So take care. I'll see you guys later.